More than 20 female professors at the University of Colorado Denver are suing the university, claiming systemic gender-based pay discrimination. The class action lawsuit alleges CU Denver has paid women less than male colleagues for substantially similar work, even after an internal pay analysis reportedly showed widespread disparities. The lawsuit says that violates Colorado's Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. Our 9 News legal expert Whitney Traylor joins us now to talk more about the lawsuit. Thanks for coming in.
Sure. Good morning.
So the primary claim in this lawsuit is a relatively new Colorado law. Tell us about that law.
Yeah, this law was passed, actually it went into effect in 2021, and it's the Colorado Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. And essentially it says work that's being done, substantially similar work, you can't have pay disparities based on gender. And that law was put into effect in 2021, and since then there's been a lot of claims. The Colorado Division of Labor has gotten involved, and they've gotten instituted a number of fines for employers who weren't complying. So it requires this equal pay, but it also has a number of other factors, such as you can't retaliate against employees if they're discussing their pay. You have to actually disclose. There's a transparency aspect. You have to disclose the wages, the salary, and the benefits. So it really is a good and effective law.
So this lawsuit was initiated after the school conducted a pay equity analysis, right? That's how they found out what they were all being paid.
Right. So that's now, but the school, what's different here, so the 4 schools on the Auraria campus conducted this pay analysis. CU Boulder actually released its results and showed that there was quite a large pay disparity between the men and the women, the faculty. But with UCD, they didn't release those results. And so that's what precipitated really this lawsuit, where these 20 female faculty, and there will probably be more because this is tenured and non-tenured, and they showed that, yeah, there is a pay disparity, but the school claimed privilege in not disclosing all of the results.
So what do the women want in the lawsuit?
Right. So this is interesting. So there's an aspect, they want to be bumped up so that their wages match with their male counterparts. But there's also an important piece of it where the back pay is involved. And back pay is the amount of money from the point of a judgment or settlement back to when the harm occurred. So if you have a female employee who's making $10,000 less than a male counterpart for the last 20 years, right? Now you're talking about 200 grand plus potential pre and post judgment interest. So that's really the crux of it. There's also an attorney fee provision, and they want a permanent injunction to say, hey, that we're not going to have these pay disparities between the men and women.
So it's not just about let's correct the pay now, it's we want to go back and correct all of that as well.
Yes, exactly, which was a relevant piece on the UC Boulder lawsuit.
Yes, so speaking of, CU Boulder faced similar allegations after it conducted kind of a similar analysis as well about pay. What did the analysis reveal, and was there litigation in that case? Yeah,
so that case, there were 387 female employees who were not paid similar to their male counterparts. Now, UC Boulder bumped up those pay wages so that they were equal or equivalent, but they didn't go to the back pay. And so the employees, the female employees, female faculty, threatened this lawsuit, and it ultimately led to a $4.5 million settlement because, as I just mentioned, that back pay could be significant.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a lot of the professors there, especially if they're tenured, have been there 5, 10, 20, more than that, 30 years. And so if they've been paid less for all those years, equity requires that they be bumped up. So that's why that was a $4.5 million settlement. So I would suspect that would be a major part of this lawsuit.
What do you think is going to happen here? Do you think they'll settle?
Well, the vast majority of civil cases settle. I mean, it's over 90% that settle. And the reason is because you don't want to have to spend all these attorney fees, and then you go to a judge or jury, and they did request a jury in this, so it would be a jury trial, and leave it up to them. And I do believe in the jury system, and I think they get it right, but it's out of your hands in many respects. And so I would suspect that this case would settle. I think particularly when the results of the the pay disparity come out, and if it reveals that there is a significant pay disparity, then that's kind of prima facie evidence that they have violated this law. So I think it's somewhat straightforward, and I suspect it would settle. But we'll have to see. They just filed the lawsuit on Friday. The school hasn't even filed an answer yet, so we don't know what their defenses will be. But I would suspect it would settle.
I'm sure you'll be paying attention and you'll bring us up to speed once we know more.
You know I will.
Whitney, thank you.
Sure.